So I'm clearly not on the farm right now, and that is because I am heading on a little field trip today. So as a lot of you guys know, we have plans to get cattle on our farm this year. It's one of our big farm goals to go from just raising poultry and trees to also adding cattle to our farm business activities. And well, around these parts, if you talk to folks, one of the best, most efficient ways to get cattle is to go to a livestock auction. And so today I'm on my way to Middlebury, Vermont to go to a livestock auction where I should be able to find a whole bunch of cattle and potentially buy those cattle. Now you guys might be wondering why I don't have a trailer if I intend to buy some cattle, and well, I actually have a friend lined up in case I need it who could come and haul the cattle away for me if necessary. I know this might seem a little drastic, and I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna walk away with some cattle by the end of this video, but I am definitely on my way to the auction. Now, I've got to admit, I've got a little bit of trepidation when it comes to the livestock auctions. I also know that I have some very specific things that I'm looking for in the cattle that I might want to buy. And so unless I find a perfect match, I probably won't buy something. I know ultimately livestock auctions can be a resource for getting new animals on your farm, and so I figured I might as well hold my nose and give this a shot.
You know, livestock auctions really have a bad reputation when it comes to beginning farmers. I've heard countless stories over the years of beginning farmers getting fleeced when they go to a livestock auction. I had to go pretty far to get here. This is like basically in Middlebury, Vermont, which is, I don't know, it's about a 2-hour drive from our farm. Even though it's not a crazy distance away, it's one of those places you just can't get there from here. So now that I'm here, I've got about a half an hour before the actual auction starts. I'm gonna go inside and take a look and see what I can find and suss out. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit nervous and anxious. Like, this is kind of exciting. I might end up owning cattle coming out of this today. So we'll see.
And 87. 81, 80, 70, 97 and a bull. Wow, look at here, guys. 97 and a beautiful bull. 230, 230, 20, I got now 2.5, 2, 22.5, 220, 220, 2.5. Out the door, 220. 69 coming up next year, 69. 69, 10 way, 10, not 11, 11, 10.
So when I made the decision to go to a livestock auction, I'm not exactly sure what I was expecting. I know I didn't have this image in my brain of happy animals doing happy dances, being taken care of by happy people. Like, I've been doing the whole farming thing to know enough to know that that was not going to be the case. But I don't think I was totally prepared for just how awful the experience was. Picture sawdust all over the floor and maybe 200 calves scattered around. Some of them might have been a week or two old. Many of them were days old. And while a few of them looked healthy, many of them did not look all that healthy at all. And it just felt like one gigantic realm of animal sadness. You know, oftentimes I am living in my own little happy bubble in Peacham, Vermont on Goldshaw Farm, where I spend so much time worrying about and taking care of the welfare of my animals. And the majority of farming operations are built on animal suffering. Look, I don't consider myself like an animal rights wackadoo, and I'm definitely not a vegan. I've personally butchered dozens of birds right here on this wall directly behind me. But when I was inside that auction room, seeing the amount of animal suffering, it just really struck me in a way that I wasn't quite prepared for. Most of the people there seemed like regulars, and me showing up there, I definitely stuck out like a sore thumb. In fact, it took me a couple minutes of sitting and just listening so I could understand and decipher what the heck the auctioneer was even talking about.
22, 22, now 3, 20, 23, 23.
Even though there are only about 4 or 5 potential bidders sitting in the room, he was doing that crazy auctioneer cadence that always drives me nuts and makes you want to bid higher, which in retrospect, as I think about it right now, is probably why they were doing it. I spent about a half an hour in that auction room before I just got too depressed and felt like I had to escape. I only had a chance to see the calves being auctioned off. The adults I didn't even stick around to see, but even as I saw them in their holding pen, generally speaking, they looked like a pretty sad and sorry bunch. And by the way, I don't mean to say that our farm here is perfect. And I'm looking down on those farmers who are buying at auction. I just mean to say that if you're an ethical animal farmer, you need to be thinking about the ethics of the farm and doing things the right way. And it's really tough for me to see the stuff that was going down at that auction as the right way. If you have a different point of view though, please by all means drop it down in the comments. I'm very curious to hear it. Hey, Spicy Duck. You're always the first one in. I think that was a lesson that Samson taught you. First one in gets all the food. And I really do realize why so many vegans have a very poor opinion of the general meat industry. Because when you look at animals being raised that way and animal products coming from that sort of process, it's pretty downright horrific. And while I definitely didn't walk away with getting any new cattle for the farm, look, a goose egg. I did walk away with a sense of what I didn't want to do at my farm. And that could quite possibly be a much more valuable asset than just a couple of cattle. Do you see that? That girl right there is sitting on a nest, but I don't want her to get too broody, so I'm gonna have to kick her off. Let's see if I can do that without getting my fingers bitten off. Hey girl. Hey girl. See, I know a lot of people are afraid of geese, but really, generally speaking, they're pretty cooperative. Yeah. Got 2 more fresh eggs, look at that. These are going in the incubator. I know that I want to raise animals on my farm the right way, and I know I should probably be looking towards farmers who are also raising their animals the right way to find the right animals to bring onto my farm. To be quite honest, this is one of the things I love most about farming. All right, let's get these ducks and geese to bed. All ducks, go to bed! All ducks, go to bed! Come on, Parks and Recreation gang, no back talk. It's bedtime. I know there's so much grass, it's so exciting. Come on. Come on, let's go. All ducks, go to bed. All ducks, go to bed. Oh, they definitely have spring fever today. You know, it's funny. They're the easiest to lock up every winter, and they are the hardest to lock up every spring. Especially when you look at how our pond's starting to develop. It's getting there. It's about half full right now.
More snow melting down, more water coming in. That stuff that's at the peak is going to just flow right down into here. We should have another couple of days of melt and it should really start to fill up.
Or at least that's what I'm hoping is gonna happen. I mean, right now it's like 65 degrees. I'm way too hot with my long johns on and everything. All ducks, go to bed! Come on, guys. Let's go, geese. Let's go, geese. Come on. Come on, geese. Come on, duckies. Come on, girls. Let's go. In you go. Good night, Jemima. Your girlfriend's in there. Lucy, just locking the door, bud. And yeah, we've got another farm day in the books. I'm not sure if I'd call this a good day or a bad day, but it was definitely a day. Hey, Toby dog, food time.